My name's Bailey James. I'm from Port Arlington, Victoria, and I'm with the Bellarine Salvos. So I was connected by Ethan Newnham, a good friend of mine who kept bringing up the Salvation Army from school. I didn't really know about the Salvation Army that much, but he brought up quite a bit. And he kept bringing up this youth group that he goes to every Friday afternoon after school with all of my friends from school. And I thought it'd be a good idea if I went with them. First, I was a bit anxious, felt disconnected from it all. I didn't feel comfortable there. I wasn't used to the environment. Not uncomfortable of the sense that it was bad there. It wasn't bad at all. Absolutely fantastic. I was very shy, very shy and anxious. Well, at the time when I first met the Salvos, the time for me was very bad. I was going through a lot of very depressing things, having arguments with really good friends I've known for years, having bad trust issues. I just lost a good mate to suicide who I've known forever. I just felt hopeless, I felt lost. I just felt like I didn't have a reason to be on Earth. I just felt like I was accidentally put here, practically. So it was very bad times. I was going through a lot of trust issues, but Ethan was one of the main people I could trust, because you can't get him to lie on purpose for you. You can't do it. He's just been one of those people you can trust. I would ask him not to tell anybody and he would not say anything, or can't really say anything else. He's just one of the trustworthy people you'll ever meet. I didn't really like the whole God, Jesus thing. Back then, in my opinion, it was a bit ridiculous. At school, I used to just say a lot of things about God and Jesus on how ridiculous it all was. Well, for a few years it wasn't too. I didn't really start believing it until one incident last year, I reckon. At youth group, we had this little chat about people values, I'm pretty sure it was. I was sitting there because I didn't really take myself as being any value to anybody. If I got hurt or something like that, I wouldn't really care about it as much. So after that little group chat we had about people value, I was in Drysdale waiting to catch the bus at around 9:30 at night. I was offered 2 lifts by the Salvos, which I said no thanks, I'm all good, and they really tried to persuade me to give me a lift home, but I still said nah, I'm alright. So I was just waiting for the bus, just feeling depressed and upset, and some man pulled over and offered me a lift. Just a stranger offered me a lift, and as for reasons I was worried, stranger danger reasons I should say, I declined and just said no thanks. I made up a story saying my mum's about to come pick me up, so he wouldn't try to persuade me to get into his car. And he just left, okay, see you later. So he went off, and about 15 minutes later he comes back and pulls over again, has his hand out and hands me $150. At the time I thought he was either thinking I was homeless or he was paying me to get in his car, but he hands it to me and he told me whilst he was driving that God told him to turn around and hand me this money because I'm more valuable than what I actually think I am. And he didn't ask me to get in the car or anything, and he said, you have a good night, and he left. I couldn't really explain how I was feeling on how connected that whole night was. It made me really change my perception of God, everything like that. I didn't really know how to think. It's like if I just discovered something that has been found for thousands of years, but yeah, that's what really changed my perception of Jesus, God, really, all that type of stuff. Because you can't really argue with it. Things have been weirdly connecting together, as in what's been happening, my interaction with that man who gave me the money, Like I could be talking to anybody about some sort of situation, and then like maybe say a day or so later, somehow I will be like looking in a store or something like that, and it will have like somehow right there something like about that situation, like a book or some sort of sign, and I'll look at it and I'll just go, that's very weird, and I'll think about it. It's just like connecting, really seeing things, given signs, in a way. I would tell people about it. They think they just think, oh, it's just a coincidence or whatnot. And I used to think that a lot myself, but when you actually experience something like that, you need to actually experience it to actually, in my opinion, start actually seeing what's actually out there. I've been thinking a lot differently, because I'd always used to think the worst of something. Now I'm thinking the positive sides of things. I'm taking things more seriously. I've been more careful of my own body and what I say around people. Like if it wasn't for the Salvos or anything like that, I would not be here right now. I'd be probably stuck somewhere doing probably very bad things I shouldn't be. Not trying to look for a job, not trying to see what I want for my future, be at home, just, giving up, just thinking there's nothing left in me. So when I started to pray, it felt a bit awkward, and because, just felt like I was talking to myself. One night I thought I'd just pray to Jesus and ask him what my future held for me, or if I can have a sign or any type of thing like that. I actually had a dream after I did that prayer. I was just walking down a street, but not much there, and it just showed words in the sky, like clouds turned into words. The main word that caught my eye was wait. I was just wait. That was in, I think it was November last year, and it said wait, and I can't remember what the others were, but wait stuck in my head. And so I said, you know what, I'm just going to wait, see what happens. And I waited and waited, and as in when I asked for my what my future was, I mean as in what am I going to do in my life, what job, and all that type of thing. And I get offered an apprenticeship to start an apprenticeship in July with my dad, which was very weird to me because all I did was wait. I was actually going to get a job either at Woolworths, or I don't know what the other store was. I was actually going to apply for it that day, and I didn't go in. I decided not to do it. I just decided to wait, and it was a bit of a risk as well. I've been trying to get a job for a while, and I thought today would be my day. I'm finally going to get a job. I'm finally going to start somewhere, but I decided just to not do it, and I just did what my dream told me to, and I was just wait. It was another one of those moments I can't explain. Once again, it just connected. I prayed, I got a response, and it just came back full circle. Got my response, and I just did what he told me to do. Wait. Well, I've started to put more trust into Jesus and God, because I can't really argue against anything they've done. I've said a lot of trash about them, and it's like I've just decided to shame them, and they've just decided to say, here, take this, it's yours, after just shaming them. It's like I'm getting rewarded for shaming somebody. I keep asking myself what I've actually done to deserve these things from them. I can't really explain. It's just something I can't explain. I've had a few experiences that are in the Bible, so I can't really not believe it, because if I've experienced something that's in the Bible, and if I say it's a lie, I'm lying to myself. I believe in it. And if other people don't believe in it, that's their opinion. But I believe in it because I've experienced it. But it's really changed my life a lot. Like really, like I can't thank anybody else but the Salvos for changing my life. Not for the Salvos. I'm just very grateful to be where I'm at. Grateful to have the people who I have as friends. Grateful to be with the Salvos. Grateful to have God in my life, just loving it. So I help up the community by doing the outreach. So that's helping out the homeless, helping out anybody in need. And I love helping out people in need. It's I just don't know why, it just makes me feel happy that I'm doing good for somebody else, thinking about others. And well, mostly just, starting a conversation with somebody that's going through hard times, hearing their story, telling them that there is hope, because I've been at the lowest of lows and I've came back and now I'm at my highest I've ever been in life. I'm a role model, I'm a leader. Show them what I've learned, treat people the way you want to be treated, show other people love. What Ethan introduced to me, I'm introducing to others as well. So it's kind of like a cycle that's not going to end. I'm just going to be honest, going to be passionate, I guess. Going to do the best of my abilities to make this community better for the future. Show love in my own work as I'm building. I'm just going to be the best person that God wants me to be, I guess.